Don't let people capture your soul. If you study demonology, I know that word is taboo to everybody. It's not on the same path, and that word can be taboo to some people. But if you understand it from a level outside of religious what's the word, dogma, or religious normalcy, you'll understand that religion itself is is a what Solomon say, what I compare it to with Solomon when he was talking to a demon, and he would have to, what he would do, he would trap him inside of a, I think he could trap him inside of a triangle or a circle or something like that. And that was putting constrictions on the aspect of your mind. That when he was talking to that demon couldn't access its full self because he was put in confound. He was put in a constraint based off how he interacted with Solomon, the soul of man, right? So if you look at what's going on when they talk about the new normal and normal, you know, and I'm looking at I looked at this commercial, and that was, with no sound. It's just this commercial, and the old lady is like got the mask on and looking through the window at her grandbaby, and then it's like people communicating. It was another scene of like loved ones looking through the glass, seeing like really love me, want to be with them so much, but it's just like this constraint. This thing was placed in there, and then they talk about the new normal. If you conscious, if you take your mind and look at life as in the scope of a story being told, you'll see that this is like a time. This is a ring being put around the range of your being. So in essence, you're being treated like a constricted soul, a confined soul. So never accept the normal. Normal is what is normal? A collection of agreed. It's like what's normal, what's acceptable in a it's conditions. Is what's acceptable for the match for this. And who's to say what is acceptable? Who that when who judges acceptable, and when whatever's judging what's the acceptable normal code of conduct, in society or civilization or whatnot, and who's to say? They not obviously they're not supreme. Their intelligence is not something that how what's conducive to our well-being. No, it's obvious that it's like we're our energy is to serve a purpose. So you got to look at somebody. So when you see these energy, when you realize there's somebody trying to put a hex on you. Somebody is trying to put a hex on this cities, on society's acceptance of what's normal. Don't let yourself be caught in the ring. Don't be that soul that's trapped in a condition, and now you can't be your true self because you've been boxed in. You have allowed yourself to accept a reality, or you've been tricked or duped into to how you are to flow in this life. Now your dilemma is trying to figure out a way to get out of these binds. The way is never to let yourself get put in a bind in the first place. And if you find yourself in the bind, you got to be conscious of every moment, looking for the opportunity to make a slip outside, because it can't be done. But if you dealing with a mother you know what I'm saying, depending on who doing the magic here, I wouldn't want to be put in that ring anyway. All I see is the 6 right now. Saturn, boundaries and restrictions. That's the ring of Solomon, baby. Solomon was a magician. We all are our own magicians. We all are our own souls. These stories of the demons and whatnot. That was just it's I can't say it's just an analogy, but it's analogy to the characteristics, the idea, the range of our whole totality, of our spectrum of being. And when I say our whole, I mean counting every soul on this earth, the range and ability of their abilities and all that they are, thoughts included, shadow self, light self, all that. Okay, going down the rabbit hole here. Forgive me if I lose you. But what I'm saying is, back to what the point I was trying to make. Lack of knowledge, for lack of knowledge, one perishes. So, study of things that have been taboo. If you still in religion, if you still and you not into spirit and recognition of spirit and energy and truth, if you're not into that, and you put yourself in a frame of religion, know that you are that spirit trapped inside a ring with boundaries and restrictions, and now you're not able to be yourself, your true self. Peace.